She'd been singing for 2 hours, voice strong, clear, beautiful. Singing yesterday on a Liverpool street corner, her guitar case open at her feet, a few coins scattered inside, maybe 3 pounds total. For 2 hours of pouring her heart out, 2 hours of hoping, of believing that today might be different, that today someone might stop, might listen, might recognize that she had something real, something worth hearing. But it was the same as every other day. Hundreds of people walking past, looking through her, around her, never at her. She was 32, had been dreaming of music since she was 6, had practiced every day for 26 years, had auditioned for every label, every agent, every opportunity, been rejected every time. Too old, not commercial enough. Women don't sell records. You're talented, but we can't take the risk. Rejection after rejection after rejection, until she'd stopped believing in herself, started busking instead. At least on the street, nobody could reject her. They could ignore her, but they couldn't tell her no. Couldn't tell her she wasn't good enough. Hundreds of people had walked past, commuters going home, shoppers rushing to stores, teenagers laughing with friends, couples holding hands, everyone busy, everyone distracted, everyone ignoring the woman with the guitar singing Paul McCartney's most famous song. A businessman had stopped briefly, listened for 30 seconds, dropped 20 pence in her case, didn't make eye contact, didn't acknowledge her humanity. Just dropped a coin and moved on, like she was a parking meter, a machine, not a person pouring her soul into music. An elderly woman had smiled at her. Kind smile, sad smile, the smile of someone who understood struggle, who recognized effort. But she didn't stop, didn't stay, just smiled and kept walking. Because stopping meant being late, meant missing the bus, meant disrupting her schedule. And schedules mattered more than supporting struggling artists. She was used to it, the invisibility, the indifference. She'd been busking for 6 months, same corner, same songs, same result. A few coins, a few glances, mostly nothing. Just background noise to people's important lives. Then 4 men in suits stopped walking, stood at the edge of the crowd, listened, really listened. And when she finished yesterday, one of them stepped forward, smiled, and said something that made her drop her guitar pick. "That was beautiful. Would you mind if we joined you? Sang it with you? Properly?" She looked up, recognized them, felt her world tilt. The Beatles, standing in front of her, asking to sing with her, asking permission. From her, a nobody, a busker, a woman who'd been invisible for 2 hours until the 4 most famous musicians in the world decided to stop and listen. What happened in the next hour would change her life, not just because the Beatles sang with her, but because they saw her, treated her like she mattered, like her talent deserved recognition, like she was worth stopping for. This is that story. March 19th, 1966, Liverpool, Mathew Street, 5 p.m. The Beatles were home, brief break between tours, walking through Liverpool, their city, where they'd started, where everything had begun. They were nostalgic, missing the days when they were just 4 guys playing clubs. When music was simple, when fame hadn't complicated everything. They walked past the Cavern Club, past the venues where they'd played hundreds of shows, past the streets where they dreamed of making it, of being successful, of mattering. Then they heard it, a voice, female, strong, singing yesterday, not recorded, live, right now, on Mathew Street. They stopped walking, looked around, saw her, a woman, maybe 30, standing on a corner, guitar, microphone connected to a small amp, singing, really singing, not just performing, feeling it, meaning it, every word. Hundreds of people walked past her, nobody stopping, nobody listening. She was invisible, background noise, just another busker trying to make a few pounds. "She's good," George said quietly. "Really good," John agreed. "Why is nobody listening?" "Because people don't see buskers," Paul said sadly. "They see obstacles, noise, inconvenience, not artists, not talent, just people in the way of where they're going. They stood there, listening. She finished Yesterday, started In My Life, another Beatles song, another perfect performance. Still nobody stopped. Still nobody cared. "This is wrong," Ringo said. "She's talented. She's singing our songs better than half the people who get recording contracts, and nobody's listening." "Then let's listen," Paul said. "Let's stop. Let's show her someone cares." They walked closer, stood at the edge of the small space around her. She didn't see them. Eyes closed, lost in the song, singing, performing, hoping someone would stop, someone would listen, someone would care. When she finished In My Life, she opened her eyes, saw them. 4 men in suits, standing there, watching her, actually watching, not walking past, not ignoring, watching. She didn't recognize them at first. They were backlit by the late afternoon sun, just silhouettes. Then one of them stepped forward, into the light, and she saw his face. Paul McCartney. Her hands shook. The guitar pick fell, clattered on the pavement. Paul McCartney, standing in front of her, smiling, and he was speaking to her, actually speaking to her. "That was beautiful. Would you mind if we joined you? Sang it with you, properly?" She couldn't speak, just stared, mouth open, brain not working. Paul McCartney just asked to sing with her, to join her, a busker, a nobody, someone who'd been invisible for 2 hours. What?" she managed finally. "Your performance. It was beautiful. We'd like to sing with you, if that's all right. May we?" You're Paul McCartney." "I am. And this is John, George, and Ringo. We're the Beatles, and you're very talented. So we'd like to sing with you, if you'll let us." She looked at them, all 4, the Beatles, standing on Mathew Street, asking permission to sing with her. This was impossible. This was a dream. This wasn't real life. "Yes," she whispered. "Yes, please, of course." "What's your name?" George asked. Sarah Mitchell." "Nice to meet you, Sarah. What song should we sing?" I don't know. Whatever you want. You're the Beatles. I'll sing whatever you want." "How about Hey Jude?" Paul suggested. "Think you know it?" Sarah laughed, nervous laugh, disbelieving laugh. "Know it? I've sung it 1,000 times. It's how I learned to sing properly, listening to your voice, trying to match your tone, your emotion, your everything." Paul smiled, genuinely touched. "Then let's sing it together. You start. We'll join in." Sarah picked up her guitar, hands still shaking, positioned it, took a breath, started playing, started singing, voice trembling at first, then stronger, finding confidence, finding the song, finding herself. Paul joined in, then John, then George, then Ringo providing rhythm with his hands. 4 Beatles and 1 busker, singing Hey Jude on a Liverpool street corner at 5 p.m. on a Tuesday. People started stopping, recognizing the voices, recognizing the Beatles, standing there on Mathew Street, singing with a street performer. This was impossible. This was extraordinary. This was happening. The crowd grew. 20 people, 50, 100, 200. The street filling with people, all stopping, all listening, all watching Sarah Mitchell sing with the Beatles. She couldn't believe it. 2 hours ago, she was invisible. Nobody stopped. Nobody listened. Now hundreds of people, because the Beatles had stopped, had listened, had made her visible, had made her matter. When they finished Hey Jude, the crowd erupted. Applause, cheering, whistling, for Sarah, for the Beatles, for this moment that would become Liverpool legend. Paul turned to the crowd. "Everyone, this is Sarah Mitchell. We've been walking past her for 10 minutes, listening, and she's incredible. Talented, professional, passionate, everything a musician should be. And you all walked past her, ignored her. Why?" The crowd went quiet, uncomfortable, called out by Paul McCartney for ignoring talent, for being too busy, too distracted, too indifferent. "She's been here for 2 hours," John added, "singing, giving you free music, free beauty, free art, and you ignored her because she's a busker, because you decided she wasn't worth your time. That's wrong. That's how we lose talent, how we make artists give up, how we tell people their gifts don't matter. George stepped forward. Look at her guitar case, £3 for 2 hours of performing. That's not enough. That's insulting. She's worth more than that. Her talent is worth more than that. Ringo walked over to Sarah. May I? He pointed to her guitar case. She nodded, confused. He picked it up, emptied the coins into his hand, then pulled out his wallet, took out everything in it, £50, put it in the case, held it out to the crowd. If you've listened to her in the last 2 hours, if you've enjoyed her performance, if you appreciate what she's doing, prove it. Pay her what she's worth. Show her that talent matters, that art matters, that she matters. People pushed forward, opening wallets, pulling out money, pound notes, £5 notes, coins, whatever they had, filling the guitar case, overflowing it, guilt, shame, gratitude, all mixed together, all expressed through money, through finally recognizing Sarah, finally seeing her, finally valuing her. In 5 minutes, the case was full, overflowing hundreds of pounds, more money than Sarah had made in 6 months of busking, all because the Beatles had stopped, had listened, had made the crowd do the same. Paul knelt beside Sarah. She was crying, overwhelmed. Sarah, you're talented, really talented. Why are you busking? Why aren't you pursuing this professionally? I've tried, she said through tears. I've auditioned, I've sent demos. I've knocked on every door in Liverpool. Nobody wants me. They say I'm too old, too unknown, too risky, that women don't sell records, that I should get a real job. Give up. Stop dreaming. They're wrong. You're talented enough to make it. You just need the right opportunity, the right person hearing you. I thought that would never happen. Thought I'd busk forever, invisible, ignored, until I gave up, until I accepted I wasn't good enough. You're good enough, more than good enough, and we're going to prove it. Paul took out a business card, wrote something on the back. This is George Martin's number. Our producer. Call him. Tell him Paul McCartney told you to. Tell him we sang together, that I said you're talented, that you deserve a chance. He'll listen. He'll give you a shot. And if he doesn't, you call me. This is my number. I'll make sure you get a chance. Sarah took the card, stared at it. Why are you doing this? You don't know me. I'm nobody. You're not nobody. You're talented. You're hardworking. You're dedicated. You've been busking for 6 months, even though nobody stops. Even though nobody listens. That's courage. That's determination. That's exactly the kind of person who deserves success, who deserves recognition, who deserves to be seen. John added, plus you sang our songs beautifully. That matters to us. Hearing someone perform our music with real feeling, real understanding, that's rare. That's special. We want to help you because you deserve it and because we remember what it was like. Being ignored, being told we weren't good enough, having to fight for every opportunity. We want to make that easier for you. Sarah called George Martin the next day, nervous, terrified, sure he'd dismiss her. Sure Paul's endorsement wouldn't matter. Sure this was too good to be true. But George Martin listened, invited her to the studio, heard her sing, heard her talent, signed her to a contract, recorded an EP, released it in 1967. It sold well, not millions, but enough. Enough to launch her career, enough to make her visible, enough to prove the busker from Mathew Street was worth listening to. She performed professionally for 15 years, made albums, toured, built a career, not superstar level, but sustainable, meaningful, proof that talent matters, that stopping to listen matters, that seeing people matters. In 1981, she retired, opened a music school in Liverpool, on Mathew Street, in a building overlooking the exact corner where she'd busked, where the Beatles had stopped, where her life had changed. She taught hundreds of students, aspiring musicians, buskers, people told they weren't good enough. She taught them, believed in them, gave them chances because the Beatles had done the same for her. Stop for talent, she'd tell her students. Listen, really listen. You never know who's standing on a corner waiting to be heard, waiting to be seen, waiting for someone to stop walking and start caring. Be that person. Be the one who stops, who listens, who changes someone's life by paying attention. Paul McCartney visited the school once, in 1995 unannounced, walked in, saw Sarah teaching, waited until she finished, then said hello, reminded her of that day in 1966, the day they'd stopped, the day they'd listened, the day they'd changed her life. Thank you, Sarah said, for stopping, for listening, for seeing me. You changed everything, not just by helping me, but by teaching me that stopping matters, that listening matters, that seeing people matters. I've spent 30 years doing for others what you did for me, stopping, listening, seeing, making invisible people visible. Paul smiled. That's the legacy I'm proudest of, not the albums, not the fame. The moments when we stopped, when we listened, when we made someone feel seen. That's what matters. That's what lasts. March 19, 1966. Sarah Mitchell sang Beatles songs on a Liverpool street corner. For 2 hours, nobody stopped. Nobody listened. She was invisible until the Beatles showed up, until they stopped, until they listened, until they made her visible, not just in that moment, but for the rest of her life and for the hundreds of students she taught to do the same. That's the lesson. That's the gift. That's what fame should be used for. Not just being seen, but seeing others. Not just being heard, but listening. Not just being recognized, but recognizing talent, courage, determination, humanity. Stop, listen, see. Change someone's life by paying attention. That's everything.